welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of wanted to start a weekend vlog. It's been a minute since I've done a vlog on this channel and I do want to keep doing vlogs. It's just life has been a little crazy recently, and vlogs take some time to edit, so there just hasn't been enough time, but I do want to do vlogs for this channel. So this is going to be like a reading vlog. I have some things planned this weekend as well. It's Friday afternoon, but I have some plans on Sunday, and then Saturday I'll kind of dedicate as my like chore day and like weekend relaxing day. And then Sunday is going to be like stuff that I'm going to do. But anyways, I wanted to update you guys that I finished Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. So I have had this book for a very long time. I got it shortly after it came out and after hearing good reviews on it, and I just haven't had a chance to read it. And it's also a pretty big book. I mean, look how yellow the pages are. That's how long I've had this book. But I kept putting this off because it's gigantic and I just haven't had the desire to like read it ever. But I've read from Laini Taylor before and I was like, I know I'm gonna like this, like I just need to read it. So I decided to read it now. And I started it last month and I just finished it today. I kind of read the audiobook along with physically reading it, and I'm working from home today, so I was just listening to it while I was doing like little tasks here and there, and I ended up finishing it. So I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars, which you guys just saw. Had to update my unread books situation, and I enjoyed it. I love the atmosphere. I love Laini Taylor's writing. She has such a beautiful and like flowery writing style, and I feel like some people either like that kind of writing style or don't, and I'm leaning towards like I do like that writing style. And I've read her Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, which I really liked. So I was like, I know I'm gonna like this. It was just a matter of when I was going to read it. I've also previously purchased a special edition of the duology. So I was like, and this was like a long time ago when Owl Crate like did the special editions or whatever. And I was like, I just bought it. Like, I know I like her writing. Like, I know I'm gonna like it. Like, I just ended up buying the special editions, and I had purchased this cover before because this is the paperback, but they made the US paperback the UK cover for the hardcover because it's so much prettier than the initial hardcover for the US. Like, it's just so much pretty. Like, everyone was like loving this cover. And then I think they ended up changing the cover for the hardcover of the second book, which is Muse of Nightmares, and it like wasn't gonna match the original cover. So I was like, oh, I'll just buy the special editions because then I know those are gonna for sure match, and I'll just physically read this one because it's a paperback, it's easy to read. I was honestly debating if I wanted to gift this book or like donate it, but I love this cover so much. So I might keep this one, and maybe I'll get the paperback of the second book or read it on ebook. I know it's like quite large, so we'll see about that. I've been pretty good at not buying books, so like I might just see if there's an audiobook or an ebook of it somewhere that I can read along with. But yeah, really liked it. Like I said, the writing was really good. There were some parts of the book like midway through that kind of got a little slow for me, and specifically with the dialogue, I feel like some of the dialogue kind of took forever to get to where it was going, and it kind of took me out of the story a little bit. But I loved like Laszlo going into this world called Weep, and like it really reminded me a lot of books that I've loved reading as part of my childhood, like The Neverending Story, Narnia, like those kind of books, because he kind of enters this like new world and there's like all these weird creatures, and like it's just, this really reminded me of The Neverending Story for some reason. Obviously there's a romance in here, And I was like okay about the romance. I didn't like necessarily needed it, but I did like how she wrote the romance. Um, but I was like, I didn't really, I was here nor there with the romance. Like, I liked Laszlo so much that I don't think I needed him in a romantic plot line. Another thing I liked, because it really picked up towards the end, I loved like the action scenes that were happening and how he was like taken out of Weep. I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, he kind of reminded me of Bastian from the Neverending Story, and I think that's why it reminded me of the Neverending Story. So, and Bastian is the main character, and then there's like a story within the Neverending Story that like Bastian is reading, and it's about Atreyu, who's like this Indian warrior, and so there's like similar elements that I liked. Like it felt very Neverending Story. So if you like this, you might like the Neverending Story. It's an older book. It definitely is an older book, but I read it recently and I was like, oh, this kind of still holds up. I don't think I ever read that book as a child, but I loved the movies growing up. So I just like, I loved those movies. Like they're a little weird, but like this book is also a little weird. So I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, so happy to finish this one. I think I'm gonna pick up like a fall book next because we are in October and it's just, you know, the time. So I think what I'm gonna do, I've had a book saved on Everand for quite some time and I have some unlocks that I can use. So I think I will listen to the audiobook for Truly Devious, which I'm very curious about. I have not read it. It is kind of an older book. I don't remember when this came out, but everyone loved it when it came out and I was just like not really into it because I wasn't really a big fan of mysteries at the time it was out, but I am getting a little more into mysteries as I'm like getting older. This is a YA mystery, so I don't know how I'll feel about it because I'm kind of like falling out of YA a little bit. And yeah, but I think I'm gonna listen to it because it does have like fall vibes and it seems interesting. It does kind of give me like feels of like Riverdale when reading the synopsis. I know there's like a murder that happens, or two murders, one cold case and then another one in present day, and then our main character is involved in it somehow, and like they go to the school for gifted students. So yeah, I will unlock that title right now and I will listen to that while I am working from home. So I've only read one book in September, which is not like my best track record. I try to read somewhere between 3 and 4 books per month, but September was just not a good reading month. I read Incendiary, which was pretty good. I don't remember what I gave that as a rating. Oh, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I did really like that. And it is YA and it is another fantasy. I'm trying to get through like my Owl Crate books, which is the majority off of my unread books on my little TBR cart. But so a lot of them are going to be YA, which is not great because like I said, I am kind of falling out of YA just because I feel like a lot of the fantasies are kind of similar in like some way, shape, or form. So I've just kind of like grown out of YA a little bit. But yeah, that took me quite some time to read. And then this also took me a while to read. I also had a weekend where I couldn't really read because I went to see my favorite band, which is TXT, Tomorrow by Together. They're a K-pop group. I saw them with my friend like mid-September, so I didn't get to really read that weekend because she stayed for like part of the weekend and we had a full day planned Saturday. So like there was not a lot of reading that weekend, and I tried to read over the weekend. So yeah, the reading's been okay this year, if I'm gonna be honest. It's been like feel like I haven't read a lot of books that have really gripped me, and maybe that is because I'm doing this challenge. Books are a little bit older and they're, again, YA, majority fantasy, but that's usually the genre that I read anyways. So yeah, I did like this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It almost was a 5, but because of those little like dialogue moments, like I didn't, like it took me out of the story quite a few times with those dialogue moments, so that's why I give it a 4 out of 5. I will read the second book of this duology at some point. Probably not this year, just because I want to try to get through some more books by the end of the year, and I know that's going to take me a while to read. But yeah, so Truly Devious is going to be the next read. This update ended up being forever. So sorry about that, but yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. Tonight I think I might watch a DCOM original, because I try to do that every October and like watch all the Halloween DCOM originals, Disney Channel originals. Yeah, I might do that tonight because I don't really have plans tonight. And then I have to record some reactions because a couple of things came out. So that's my plan. I usually meet up with a friend on Fridays, but we're changing our day to Saturday nights. We watch like videos and stuff online. She doesn't live here. It's a childhood friend of mine, and she and her family moved to Oregon, so we meet online. I also didn't grow up in LA. I grew up in the Bay Area. Anyways, that's the plan. I'm gonna end this now and I will probably do some like B-roll before my next update, but yes, that is that. Oh, and sorry, real quick, but because I am like a K-pop reactor, I have been streaming so hard P1 Harmony's latest comeback, and it is so good. Like, I would highly recommend it. It is in English, so like if you're not like a huge K-pop fan, I think it is palatable to like Western. Not that K-pop isn't palatable. Like, I think anyone can listen to K-pop, just like anyone can listen to Latin music or J-pop or whatever floats your boat. But like, there is, like, I feel like there is a difference with K-pop because their structure and how they arrange stuff is a little different than Western music, and it's also very different than Western pop music right now, because I feel like a lot of pop music are like sad songs. So, but P1 Harmony does have a song called Sad Song, but it's a bop, it's not a sad song. But they're a really fun group, and I've been loving this album. I'll put the album cover like here for you. It's a no skip album for me, and I just kind of want to like share it with other people because it's just such a good album. And they also, for their title track, which is called X, they made a Spanish version for it. And it's an all English album. So that's kind of where I was getting at with, I think anyone could listen to it. And my favorite song, it's really hard because I like all the songs, and it's an EP, so there's only 5 songs, but I think my favorite is Stupid Brain, mainly because it does have a bit of R&B flow to it, and I think the vocals are really good, and I feel like a lot of people could probably relate to the song. So yeah, but I wanted to mention this because in a couple of weeks I'm going to be seeing them in concert. I saw them in concert last year. It was like around summertime, and I was like not sure if I was going to go again this year, but after I heard this album, I was like, I need to see them. I need to see them perform a certain song. And yeah, and they're just fun. They're a fun, like, their shows are so much fun. And they're a fun little quirky group. So yes, I just wanted to put that out there for you. So yeah, this is kind of a long update, so who knows how many times I'll update later because I don't want this to be a long vlog. But yeah, I will chat with y'all later. Wanted to share with you my meal prep for this week. This isn't all of it, it's just the beginning stages of it. But I basically cooked up some couscous and then I added the Trader Joe's roasted vegetables. I believe they only have this during the fall time because it's got like sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, bell peppers, like all of that good stuff, and you just pop it in the microwave. There is an option to put in the oven, but it takes a lot longer in the oven, so I did the microwave because this is supposed to be easy cooking, you know. I was gonna put olives in here as like an added saltiness, but I don't know how that will go with the like fall vibes we have here. I don't know because the olives are pretty salty, and I'm already putting so this is what I'm gonna dress the like base with. It's the olive and basil pesto sauce. I haven't tried this one from Trader Joe's. I've tried the lemon pesto and like their regular pesto, but I haven't tried the olive one. So I'll put that like on the base, and then we're gonna add some salmon that I air fried. So I seasoned it pretty well because I'm not really adding any seasonings because of the dressing. I might salt the couscous though. But yeah, so we've got the salmon, which I cooked for about, like, initially I did 10 minutes. at 400, and then I added it in for a few more minutes because it wasn't fully cooked through, so it was more like 13. I used the salmon rub on here from Trader Joe's, as well as lemon pepper and salt. So I'm just gonna like scrape it into the couscous mixture, and then I'll show you how I played everything towards the end. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm so sorry, but I had to do my dishes in the dishwasher. But here is the salmon in the couscous mixture. And I'm just gonna like break it up like so. I don't want it to be too small of chunks because I want it to be pretty filling. And this is gonna hopefully last me quite a while. I just have a feeling next week is going to be pretty busy. But yeah, I'll just kind of keep mashing it until I like the size of everything. And I peeled it off the skin because I don't like the skin on. But yeah, I will continue to do this, mix it up, and I'm going to top it with this Scottish dressing. I was like, I don't know, I feel like that kind of looks good. I don't think I'll add the olives. I might use these for another dish. I've kind of just been munching on them during dinner, but I just feel like it's not going to fit with this. Even though I do have the olive pesto, I just don't know. If I bite into it and be like, oh, it needs a little extra saltiness, I don't know, but I seasoned the salmon pretty well, so I don't think it'll need it. But yeah, I'm going to like mix this all together and show you the finished product. Okay, apologize about the lighting. It is late and it's just not good lighting in this kitchen. But here is the finished product. I put way too much dressing on because initially it like wasn't pouring out fast enough, and then I kind of like jiggered it a little bit, and then all of a sudden it poured out way too much. But it looks tasty. It's not the most pretty. It looks a little better without the dressing in the bowl, and again, the lighting is trash in here, but it does look tasty. So I'm gonna take a bite and see if I need olives, but I feel like I'm not gonna need olives, but we'll see. I just did a little portion today because I'm still kind of full from brunch I had earlier, so I didn't put that much in my bowl. But I was like, I know I need to meal prep, so I did it. So I'm eating a little bit later than I eat, but like, you know, today was, I had to clean, so like, and then I was talking to people, so the time just got away from me. But anyways, I'm gonna taste this and let you know if I added olives or not.